Hey guys, just a quick update evaluation on the current situation of things. Monograph brought up synchronicity, and if you noticed that I paid attention, I was talking about how I had yesterday morning is when this occurred. It started happening around 7 or 8 in the morning, my time, and I had was talking to a friend on Messenger. We were talking about transdimensional entities and stuff, and he prodded me to do a search, and in that search, CERN's data logs had been brought up in the conversation, and somehow the search wound up with CERN's data logs. So I was like, well, I need those, I need those to match with the VLF screenshots I had. So I tried to go in and look at the logs, and unwittingly to me, it had downloaded it to my phone. So I didn't think nothing of it. It wouldn't let me in just to look at it, but it did download it or whatever, and I didn't know. And so I back out of that search and go into the search for the entity list and stuff, and I'll get into that on next time I'm live or whatever, or maybe do another video on it. But this video is about what I think with all the information that I'll be coming out with in live streams, or should have been live streaming here the past few days to you guys, because it is critical information of what's going on. And so this whole synchronicity thing that involves the nanoparticles, the amoeba thing, the extra multidimensional extraterrestrial intraterrestrial invasion that we've heard of, going on, that's linked to the to everything that's going on right now. So what I think has happened, because I seen Monograph's video about the synchronicity, and he wanted to know about eggs, and I had a problem with some eggs, dried eggs that we've been eating from the food banks here last week, and that really kind of set the whole thing of me tossing and turning in bed, and the whole blood incident in the stool the other day, and me popping my neck out of place, and in bed, and being not able to work at my computer, and just doing this here. So that fed into the egg synchronicity with me and Monograph, as far as that's concerned. I didn't comment yet, though. But anyway, I got to plug these little things in first. So Zaralath, after I got done watching part of Monograph's video from earlier, I corrected Monograph's date of the 5th of December to the 7th in the description of the video I recorded and put out there on both my channels, and the one on BitChute. I'm not able to, or I don't know how to adjust or edit videos on Rumble that are already published, so that'll just have to remain. But Monograph did correct himself, and then I went to look I was correcting my BitChute one, and on my main thing was a Zaralath, a friend of me and Ariel's. Ariel introduced me to him. And Zaralath is a much similar character to me. He's a big guy, and with beard and stuff, and he specializes in psychology, philosophy, and astrology, and a lot of metaphysical occult things that we share similarities to. He's a lot more deep thought, intellectual about it. I'm more of a lot around a take it as it comes and process it as it is in real time, as opposed to looking back at things and trying to assess how they were then, and how it relates to now. I'm more looking at what it did then, and then what we are going to be doing with it, or are doing with certain secret things we know about, like the collective unconsciousness. We know the Akashic records. There's words for these things. The synchronicity that's Monograph was talking about. So this video from Zarelath was about the simulation and assimilating the assimilation when you awake to the question. The question, I say the question, not the fact. The question that, are we in some sort of simulation? As it relates to real time and everyday life, because it'll pop in and out of your consciousness, and you can put it away and it'll go away, when these things occur. But I don't think this one's going away. I think this one here is going to create some sort of cascade event because of the nanotech involved with the roll up your sleever, and that amoeba thing connects to, War of the Worlds type stuff. These extra interdimensional entities, or whatever we've had contracts with our governments with for many years, since the 30s and 40s and 50s mainly. But something has changed, and and then the NWO with their mouse utopia of findings in the 70s now think that the world has to be depopulated, like the George Guidestones say. So they've enacted all this lockstep measures with the whole Dimmick thing. What goes in front of the Dimmick. Pan. So, and everybody's dancing around just like Pan Flute would have you do. So, anyways, we're to the Zarelath video just a minute ago. I just got done doing this, and Morningstar, or one of my people, or my friends, I got on text messaging on my phone. She sent me something, and I was like, yeah, I mean, it's happening. And Monograph sees it and smelt it out in his mistake of the date of December 5th. It was the flight 19 for the Bermuda Triangle, and he's seen that trending on Twitter, the Bermuda Triangle, and then they had these dreams about eggs last night, him and his girl, and so he was wondering about eggs, and I looked at the comments, and it confirmed that people had been, and eggs is real common, so I mean that could be anything, but we'll throw that out, that eggs is common to talk about, and focus in on what's going on here. So eggs. So I looked at the comments of his live stream because I've been sleeping all day. I tried to smoke a little for my neck pain, and it had knocked me out all fucking day long, guys. I can't handle that no more. But since I quit, and anyway, all the most of the comments were confirming, talking about eggs, something to do with eggs. And I know that's real common. Everybody usually has bacon and eggs in the morning, at least once a week, if not some people every day. And going to get eggs from the store is a common thing. But this relates to me downloading CERN's logs yesterday morning, and shortly after that, I was getting into checking the news because I was busy talking to this friend of mine all most of the morning, and some couple other people, and didn't get to check the news. And when I checked the news from yesterday morning and afternoon, up to noon time, was really disturbing and to me in looking at like, are we in a simulation? Uh, and the assimilation of this extraterrestrial consciousness that's in the nano, uh, the merging of the nano with us, the frequencies and stuff that are involved. And since it resonates at the speed of our thoughts, of our brain, this graphene oxide receiver, transceiver that's in it, connects it to all of its parts, and it allows it to do whatever it's doing. So I'm like, I see Morningstar's message to me, and shit, I'd like to play that, what I responded to you for. But here's kind of what my response was, is with, and then after below Zero last video was another a video of this guy that had a blob of a graphene oxide in some water or some saline, and had his acoustics tuned up to it, whether that's a electric field, a geomagnetic field, magnetic field he was using, or it was just audio, I don't know. But he was making the stuff dance. Like I say, like I call it, dancing, making the stuff dance while using frequency, and it was audible. And it was a short little TikTok video that had made its way onto BitChute within the past couple hours of all this going on. So for the past, and my phone, when I got to the CERN downloading its logs, I noticed, I felt, metaphysically, I'm psychically aware of things and have remote views sometimes, but I don't dwell in that realm as much as you would think I do, but I'm fully aware of everything that happens like that. I just don't trip out about it too much, when it happens. So I was aware that my phone was showing me, or was being narrated by some consciousness, and that's what drove me into look into my files, because I had noticed that my phone its storage had filled up close to full, because I keep it around a little bit close to full, and then if something gets in my phone, I know it, because it looks like it's almost ready to be full. And so I looked at my files, and lo and behold, they downloaded a log from CERN. So that meant that my phone had connected to its mainframe, which I know houses multidimensional entities, consciousness in the AI for CERN. That's what's running the goddamn thing, the whole operation. So I know this is fucked up, isn't it? So I have my Zoristar must have had his way with whatever got in my phone, because it's not causing me problems ever since I put my phone down, took a nap for the rest of the day until about 2:30, and got back up and checked everything out, and everything didn't look so scripted that it had in the yesterday morning, not this morning, but yesterday morning. And then Monograph did his video later that night, and I put it out there this early in the morning. I put it on Rumble right after the stream, and then I went to sleep. And when I got up, I put it on BitChute and my 2 YouTube channels. And then I early this morning, I was up all night posting the news, and had posted stuff about pod people and stuff, kind of, just kind of scoffing off this whole invasion thing and trying to avoid the fact that they had identified me as knowing about it and had gotten into my phone and it connects with CERN and everything and the 50 hertz steady signal, and trying to just kind of brush that off my worrywardness. So anyway, I talked to Morning Story and I said, look, this shit has connected to the Akashic records of our collective unconsciousness, and and has connected. It is connected to the Internet of Things, okay, and to the electric frequency of the world, and that they operate. Different parts of the world have differentiating electrical frequencies that the powers the the grid, right? And the internet and Wi-Fi and all these frequencies, they are very similar in to our brain waves, our collective unconsciousness, and our metaphysical selves, or minds, our metaphysical minds, spiritual minds, and stuff. It's all very similar frequencies, very very similar, very not too far. It's not like from one end of the light spectrum to the other. It's a very close uh, area of operation. Well, the entire light spectrum is a very close frequency of operation to be expand on that, and the frequencies we are known to deal with from terahertz on down to subacoustic. So, um, we are familiar with and can we have means of sensing all that shit and manipulating it. Now there's frequencies that go beyond and even below all that stuff that we are not equipped physically or technologically to handle or sense or manipulate. Those, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about that this invasion algorithm attempt to merge, merge, and control us from wherever it's coming from, I think has reached it's cascading as we speak, and I think it's reached or is going to reach a critical 404 page not found error because it cannot differentiate the collective unconsciousness of us with the fucking internet, guys. It can't. It has no fucking clue how to assimilate that because it's totally not. It's like the 1999 effect when we were going into 2000 and everybody was worried about the computer shutting down because it couldn't process the year 2000, and there was a big Microsoft fix that went in, and nobody really paid attention to when it happened, but it happened. You couldn't really even tell, but they fixed everybody's computers at that time to not fuck up and fuck up and throw a fucking error when the dates and time were going to change on New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, 2000. If everybody remembers that happening, that occurrence is where I would place the Mandela effect and all this CERN's shenanigans to have probably spawned from that algorithmic correction in the programming of our internet and computers. I would place that probably at the the threshold of when things started to really get interesting, to really start changing, where the internet was changing our lives and affecting synchronicity and stuff. And now it bleeds over into this, well, this whole NWO assimilation war that we're in for our freedom and our sanctity, our body as our temple and all this stuff, and that we are individual entities and not some part of a collective hive mind, like whatever the fuck is trying to infiltrate us is, and trying to incorporate us into their hive digitally, or through their means of doing it, which is direct biological synthetic manipulation, which they have fucked up. I think they fucked up, and that's all I'm going to say about that for now. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you think I'm just crazy, go look at all the rest of my work and all of what everybody's been talking about here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you haven't been on the internet for very long. And what's going on now is it's going to set the tone for the next 500 to 5,000 years of the future of our species and our planet, our solar system, and galaxy for that matter. So with that, it's going over 20 minutes here. I don't want to keep you guys too long because the show's coming on. Oh, and one more thing. Right before I was going to do the video, I was finishing up my coffee, and I was checking. Something told me to check the notifications for any extra news any extra videos that might go along with this. And Caravan to Midnight tonight is about to have a show, or it's live right now. It should have been live for about 5-10 minutes now, on cybernetic mind control. And you tell me, are we in some sort of fucking manipulated synchronistic simulation that we are doing this? We are actually creating the simulation, is what I think. I think we have convinced ourselves we are in a simulation and are feeding that in some sort of feedback loop. Because I'm damn good at making feedback. You all seen it, me make feedback loops with the live streams. Maybe I created a fucking feedback loop in space-time, or we all have in some weird way, and then these entities come in and like get in, try to put their fingers in the cookie jar, and fucking the booby trap snaps their fingers off, is basically what I think has happened or is about to happen. So just sit back and enjoy the fucking ride, guys, because it's about to get fucking crazy. Peace out, motherfuckers. Mr. Mission Control's out of here.